All right, set one of game versus BVC here. We've got front row, left side, Aubrey, Lainey, Tenley, and then back row, Juliana, Kirsten, and Ava. Vipers get first serve. Ava is back.
Can I come and bring my camera a second?
The ref is just checking positions, scorecards. Ava with a good serve. Point Vipers. Kirsten gets that up to Tenley. Tenley sets it up for Lainey. Lainey with a nice swing, but it goes back in the court and out. Kirsten passes that up to Tenley, to Aubrey. Aubrey with a nice swing, cross court, nobody home. Point Vipers, 2-1. BVC to serve. Just a little miscommunication for who's getting the ball. Toss in for Kirsten here. That's up to Tenley. Tenley sets it up to Lainey. Lainey plays it over as a tip. Goes through the hands of the BVC team onto the floor. Point for us. 3-2. Toss in BVC. Lainey up at the net. BVC into the net. Point for us. 4-2. Tenley's back to serve. Good serve from Tenley. Trouble. Nice setup here for Aubrey, and she pushes it over. Miscommunication, it's coming over. Tenley sets it up to Lainey. Lainey gets that to Aubrey. Aubrey with a jump. Gets it over. Juliana plays it up. It's gone over the net. Juliana ready for that ball to roll over. Not quite. It's our point. Ball's coming over. Pass up here to Lainey. Lainey gets that. Aubrey swings. A nice hit. Tip coming over. Aubrey gets an arm on it. Sends it back over. They're making a play of it. Ava gets it up. Kirsten gets that up. Tenley pushes it over. What a nice save on the Vipers side. Point Vipers. Ball didn't make it over. Lainey's back to serve. Oh, just kidding. BVC serve, not ours. Serve from BVC, goes up. Juliana sends it over to Ava. Ava gets it to the center, and Lainey tips it over. The ball's still in play. Whistle blowing, the ball landed in. Point for us. 7-3 Vipers. Ava to Lainey. Lainey to Juliana. Juliana gets a swing on it, but it's just a little long. BVC middle hit here. Rolls over. Tough one. It's rolled off the tape and in. Laney serve. Good serve in. Kirsten tips it over. Nice play. Tenley gets that up. Wow, what a bunch of one-arm saves. Ava almost took the crowd out. What a beautiful play by the Vipers for it to just barely not make it over the net. Aubrey gets her hand up on that one, and it's over. Score here is 8-7. Vipers ahead by 1. Tenley takes that one, gets it over. Aubrey dumps it over the hands. Ball's whistled down. It landed in. Toss in for Vipers. Tenley to take this one. Up to Aubrey. Aubrey sets it to Kirsten. Kirsten with a nice hand on it, but just goes over. Laney gets that up to Aubrey. Aubrey sets it up for Juliana, which is tight. Can't quite get there. I believe we're tied at 8. Nope, 9-8. Vipers are still in the lead by 1. BVC with an error on their side, giving us another point. 10-8. Aubrey's back to serve. Let's go, Aubs. Good serve. Out. Ball's out of play. Point for us. 11-8. Toss in here to BVC. Vipers leave that as it goes long and out. Point for us. 12-8. Kirsten gets her hand on that from the middle. Puts it over. Laney gets that up. Ava sends it over. Back deep in the far corner where no one is standing. Point Vipers. 13-8. BVC with a serve here. Serve goes out of bounds. Toss in to Laney. Laney gets that up. Juliana's going to have to dump it over. And unable to get there for the tip. Falls into the net. Point for us. Juliana's back to serve. Good serve. Oh no! Caught us all standing around sleeping. Ball came right back over the net. Girls weren't prepared. 15-10. Vipers ready to go here. BVC found the hole, put it there. Aubrey takes that pass up to Kirsten. She sets it to Tenley. Tenley has to reach over her head, get it back. Point for us. It just lands in on the line. 16-11. It's just a pause and play here, some discussion. There was just a confusion from the tossing parent coach here. Think about the score. I'm not really sure. Tenley there to take this one. Ava to get at it. Gets it over the net. Ava back up to Kirsten. Kirsten puts it over. Juliana gets it up. Ava sends it into the free corner. BVC's having to work hard to get this over. Point for us. 17-11. Tenley gets that over nicely, though now there's some struggles getting it back over here for us. Point 18-11. Nice hit from the middle. 18-12. Kirsten with the serve. Trouble on the other side. Point for us. Toss in. Aubrey swings her arms out and just misses wide. Ball lands in, point for Brandon. We've got two girls in the front row now that are hitting pretty hard, so our girls are going to have to get a little bit more defensive. Tenley with a nice swing, and they don't take it. Point for us, 20-13. Juliana gets that up nicely to Ava. Ava dumps it over, finds the hole, and nobody home. Point Vipers, 21-13. Juliana to Ava. Ava gets that to Laney. Laney swings, cross court, nobody home. 22-13. No, that's not even fair. There was a ball in the court. Thank you. They're going to allow a reserve because there was a ball in the court. I could replay the camera for them if they don't know. Out. Ava gets that over. Laney gets one hand on it. Gets it over. BVC struggling here. 24-13. Could be rally point here for the game winner. Toss into Brandon. They set it up middle. Ball is in. Ava's not quite able to react that fast, so ball toss in here for Vipers to Kirsten. Kirsten up to Tenley. Tenley sets it to Aubrey. Aubrey reaches back and gets it over for a point and the game winner. 25-14 for a final. We will switch sides. So the winner of this game will play the winner of the other game that's happening, and that is Bison's Brown and the Pilots Navy, which I think was the Pilots White, but they're wearing Navy this game. And if we win this second set here, we'll play that winner. That will be for 5th place overall. And that'll be in the 1 o'clock game. Or however time allows us to go, as we seem to be a bit ahead schedule. On the court, we have Cece, Nitty, and Polly in the front, and Tenley, Ava, and Maddie in the back. Oh, just shy on the hands there. Ava gets that up to Cece. Cece sets it up to Polly. Polly with a nice swing over and in. Point for us, tied 1 apiece. Toss in to Brandon. Ava's ready for that. Cece gets that up to Polly. Polly's going to send it over free ball. Ava takes that up. Cece sets it. Nitty tries, swings it under the net. Be a serve for Vipers. Cece's back to serve. Cece with a nice serve. Tenley gets that up. Ava gets there. Maddie sends it over. Good recovery, Vipers. Saw it, 2 hits there. They didn't call it. Hitting the floor. Tied at 2. Nitty's going to set this up to Polly. Polly swings and pushes it back. Having some struggles getting it over. Tenley gets that up. Nitty pushes it to the far side. Maddie tips it over. They just get it up. Vipers dig it off the floor and send it over. Ava gets that up. Nitty sends it back to Maddie. Maddie hits it over. Ball's in the court. Stop and play. Cece's there. Oh, they're calling it on the net for Brandon. Our point. 3-2. Tenley passes this one up to Nitty. Set there. It's a little short for Polly to run to. She sends it over as a free ball. Quick set there. Tenley gets that up to Nitty. Nitty sends to Polly. Polly rolls it off her hand and off the tape. It's over. Cece gets that up. Nitty sets to Polly. Polly sends it free and deep. Ball's going into the bench. They just get it over. Polly was ready for the tip. Point for us, 4-2. There's a lot of noisemakers in the gym today. Ball's going out of play here. Vipers leave it. Free ball coming in for Tenley. Passes up to Nitty. She sends it to Maddie. Maddie with a nice hit over. Trouble. They're getting it up and over. Oh no. Oh, 2 hands got there. Ball's into the net on our side. 5-3, Vipers in the lead. Toss in for Brandon. Back row didn't move for the ball. Nitty's back to serve. It's 5-4 Vipers, just hanging on to a lead here. Good serve from Nitty, it's over. Oh, Nitty just shy of grabbing the ball. Sorry, the ball came at me and I almost threw the phone. Tenley gets that up. Polly to Maddie. Tips out. Point for us. Polly tips that over. Ball was in. Brandon's going to serve. Score's tied at 6 this set. Hoping to pull out another win so we don't have to go to a third. Nitty gets that up. It's over and it lands out of play. Cece sets that. Polly sets it to Ava. Ava with a nice swing. Ball comes back. Ava's ready for it. To Polly. Maddie swings. Back row. Struggling. Point for us. 7-7. Toss to Brandon. Both girls go to block and they get the roll off the tape and it falls to the empty hole. Polly's back to serve. Good serve from Polly. Ball's out. Point for us. Free ball in. Middle, and Ava sends it back over. Polly gets it up to Maddie. Maddie sets it up to Ava. Ava swings it into the net. (9-8) right now for Brandon. They're coming at us here. Tenley with a long shot out of bounds. 10-8. Brandon takes the lead now by 2. Vipers got to work hard here. Cece hits the floor, but just quite doesn't get enough of it. Nitty gets that up to Maddie. Maddie sets it up. Ava's got to swing back over her head. Doesn't make it over. 12-8. Set to middle. Goes. Nitty gets it up. Maddie to Ava and over. Dumps over. Nitty gets there. Maddie sets it up. Ava sends it off the side of her hand and down. Struggles on the other side. Point for us. Okay, let's turn it around here. It's 9-12. Vipers serve. Good serve from Maddie. Tenley gets her hands up, gets the ball back. Snitty swings it over with a one-hander. BVC lost 2 points in a row here, so good for us, 10-12. So that ball's into the net, point for us. 11-12. Vipers crawling back. Polly passes that up to Ava. Ava's going to set up Cece. Cece with a nice swing. Tip's coming over. Maddie's there for it. Cece sends it over. Tenley gets up to tip. Ball lands into the net. Point for us. It's tied at 12. Short for the net. Point for us, 13-12. Vipers taking the momentum swing and using it here. So Tenley with a nice set from Ava and gets that down. $14-12 for Vipers. Cece was on the net there, so played down. Ava's going to serve. Good serve. Ball lands in the basketball net, but that's playable now on the defensive zone. So Tenley gets under that one to set it over, and Cece pushes it back row. She gets that up. Tenley's got to struggle to get there. Ava gets it up. Tenley is up, and she's ready to set that. Cece's got to climb for it. Not quite. Just doesn't get a hand on it. Good. 14-14 tie. Off the hands of Cece. Maddie gets it up. She sets up Maddie. Miscommunication there. Point for Vipers. Toss in here for Maddie. Up to Tenley. Tenley sets it up to Cece. Cece gets on top of it. Ball comes up. She sets it up again. Tenley tips it over the hands. Ava went to do her karate move, I think, to the ball, but missed it. 15-15. It's a tight race here. Polly takes that one up. Cece grabs it from in front of Tenley, which is fine. Nitty gets it over. Cece up to Tenley. Tenley sets it, but it's over the net. And Tenley dives to retrieve this. Goes out of play. Girls got to get their hands up at that net, get that ball stopped. You're blocking. Maddie sets it up to Tenley. Tenley to Cece. And off the tape and gets a roll and into the court. Brandon's toss here. Goes a little sideways for them. They're having this. Ava gets that up. Tenley sets it to Cece. Cece hits it out of bounds. 17-16 Brandon. Tenley's to serve. Good serve, Tenley. Mishandled, ace. Tied 17. Tenley dives to get that ball up. Nitty's going to make a swing at it. Just into the top of the net. Ball's up to Cece. Cece sets up Polly. Ball hits the floor on our side, so it's 19-17 Brandon. We don't want to go to a third set, girls. Ava gets that up. Cece gets there for the second hit. Nitty. Out of play. Too far. Girls get that ball over. It's coming back at them free, so Tenley gets it play. Ava. Cece pushes it over. Middle hit here. Out. Got some new cheers happening from our girls. It's 18-20. Vipers down by 2. Polly gets there. Tenley sets it up. Ava's going to push it over free ball. It's coming over. Ava takes that one. Cece gets it up. Nitty's got to get there for a swing. And it's out of bounds. Inbounds. Perfect. Right at the back of the court. Point for us. It's 19-20. Cece's up to serve. Good serve from Cece. Free ball coming over. Tenley gets there. Nitty to set that up for Polly. Polly swings it over. Ava pushes that up. Cece to set. Sets it all the way for Maddie. Just off the side of Maddie's hand and over, or into the net rather. 21-19 Brandon. Cece was there for the tip, ready, and Nitty set up Maddie and gets it over. Ava gets that up. Cece there. Oh, Nitty. 4 hits on our side. 22-19, Brandon. Tenley passes it up. Polly got a nice hand on that one and sends it over. Free ball. Cece gets there. Nitty's got to get that up. Maddie's going to send it over free, and they call it out. Point for them. 23-19. Let's go, Vipers! All right. We've got to work hard here, but we can do this. 5 points. Tenley sends that to Nitty, and Polly gets it over. Into the net, Brandon side. Point for us, 21-23. What's that saying go? It's not over till somebody sings. In the back of the court. Brandon gets away with that one. 24, possible rallying game point here. Gotta make a good serve for it. Let's go, Nitty, you got it. Good serve. Setting up middle, over the block. Out of bounds, nobody touched it. Point for us, 22-24. Toss for Brandon. Point for us, 23-24. Toss for Vipers, Cece to take this one. Polly to set it up for Maddie. Maddie sends it over. Ball goes out of play. Vipers take that point. 24-24. Must win by 2. Should be a serve for Brandon. Evers in a crazy play is at the net. (25-24). Toss in for Cece. Cece sets it to Polly. Polly sets it up. Ava's got to get there. Just tips it over. Ava sets it back over at the net. 2 touches. Vipers win 26-24. We're going to the 5th place final. So, games are a little bit ahead. However, the game with Pilots and Winnipeg is possibly going to go to a 3rd set. So, might be close to 12:30, 1 o'clock before we play that game. So, keep checking for the lives.